There's nothing you can do that can be done.
Hi everyone, it's Fisher Shade. I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. Welcome to my channel. I am combining two topics in one today, and this is coming from where I've been throughout the week and the kind of conversations I've been having and engaging with people. So this is kind of like the trend, and I just decided why not share that with you all today, this week, for the vlog. So the first part is going to be dealing with waiting for the highest bidder, and the second part is going to be dealing with how do you know if someone is the one, how do you know this is the person you're supposed to spend basically the rest of your life with, forever after, happily ever after. How do you know this is the person? So the first topic, waiting for the highest bidder, I've been having a lot of conversations with guys that have been heartbroken and jilted. So this is kind of like the trend, the vibe I'm getting from the conversations, and it's the idea that they feel like women these days, or many women these days, are waiting for the highest bidder. And that's whereby you're in a relationship with somebody and they're just leading you on for months, years, and they're not really genuinely in love with you, because they would leave you the moment the next guy comes along who is pretty much richer. Money seems to be like the driving force. It's not that this next guy is much good looking or wiser or more intelligent. The driving force seems to be money. He has more money, he has a better job or something. So these guys feel that way. They feel like a lot of women these days are just waiting for the highest bidder. They don't want a genuine relationship. They don't want a real sincere relationship with someone, but they're waiting for the highest bidder. And I just want to say, it's not nice. It's not a good thing to lead people on for years, months, and just waste their time when you know you're not sincerely, genuinely in love with that person. And I don't think there is really an highest bidder out there. There is, of course, always going to be somebody who is much good looking than the person you're with, who is smarter, who has more money. So what do? You go from one person to another person to another person. Okay, let's say you're with this guy. I don't know if this is common among guys as well, whereby you leave a woman for the highest bidder, but it seems to be a trend among women. So I'm speaking to women on this segment, but I don't know if it's something that happens with men as well, and I would love to find out about that. So if you have an experience like that, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. But this is the idea: you're in a relationship with somebody, you're not really genuinely in love with a person, but you're just keeping them there until somebody else shows up, and you know it, you know deep down within your heart that if somebody else comes along, I'm going to leave this person. And it's not nice. It's just like keeping them there. They're not the priority, they're not the focal points. They're an alternative. They're the second best to the next person that has more money. Basically, that's just really what it seems to be like. So you're in a relationship, but you're just keeping this person there for a long time, waiting until somebody else shows up who is, let's say, has more money or has a better job. And that is not nice. And stop wasting your time and stop wasting other people's time. And some people will say karma is a bitch, because if you're doing that to somebody, you might get somebody that will do that to you. Personally, I think there is really no highest bidder out there, because it's possible for you to meet somebody that meets all the requirements on your list. He's handsome, he's good looking, he has a great job, he has a good personality, he has all the money, whatever you're looking for. But it's also possible for him not to be genuinely in love with you. It's possible for him not to be the one. It's possible for him not to be your perfect match or your perfect fit, even though he meets all like this requirements on your list, or is the highest bidder you've been looking for. I think there is always going to be somebody that has more better qualities than this person. Just when you think you have found the one and he's perfect and everything, there's always going to be somebody that is better. So I think we just need to settle that in our minds. There is no highest bidder anywhere. Yeah, there is no highest bidder anywhere. Stop leading people on. Stop being in a relationship with somebody when you know you're only using them until you get to the next person. And then if the next person doesn't come along and you feel like time is going, all my mates are getting married or I'm getting old, then I'm just gonna marry this person. The person you end up marrying at the end of the day should not be a second best, should not be your second choice. This person should be like the one, like your priority. Like, this is the person that I really, really want to spend the rest of my life with. If there is any question in your mind, then you probably shouldn't be getting married. You probably shouldn't be in that relationship. So it's something we have to settle in our mind. But I'm just saying, if you know deep down that you don't really like this person like that, you don't really want to spend the rest of your life with this person, don't lead people on when you know that. So go out there and find the person, the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, but don't waste people time when you know I am going to leave the moment the next person like shows up that has all this other qualities. So that is not nice. So that is just my message regarding that. Stop waiting for the highest bidder. Just settle down, or just settle that in your mind. You're not the highest bidder yourself. I mean, you're not the best out there. There are always going to be somebody else who is better than you are. So don't lead people on. It's not fair. And if you do that to somebody might just do that to you as well. So the fact that the next person has more money basically doesn't mean he's going to be genuine about you, doesn't mean he's going to love you for real, doesn't mean he's your true love. Money does not solve everything. It's great to have money, of course. It's great to have that security, and I know we women, we love that security. But something can happen. Let's say he loses his job, or something happens and he loses his investment, or something bad just happens. Are you still going to be there, or are you going to jump this person and then move on again to the next person because he's no longer the highest bidder you are looking for? So just settle that in your mind. There's always going to be somebody better out there. So don't let money be the driving force for you looking for a relationship or looking for somebody to settle down with. Money should not be the driving force. And why not just look for a job yourself or get something doing and be that woman that doesn't depend on a man? If you're that woman, then you don't need to be looking for the highest bidder. If you're that woman that you have everything settled, you've got your money, you've got your job, you've got your career, you've got your own investment and everything, then you don't need to be looking for a highest bidder. You don't need that, because you can take care of yourself. So what's the point in that? So I just want to say, do not lead people on when you know you're not genuinely in love with them. There is no highest bidder out there. There's always going to be somebody better, and karma is a bitch, as some people would say. So don't do that to anybody. It is not nice. And the second part of this vlog, how do you know if somebody is the one? I think when somebody is the one, everything just falls into place. Everything just works out. Everything just falls in alignment. Of course, there are always going to be issues in relationships. There are issues in every single relationship. There is no perfect relationship. Every relationship is different. Every relationship has their own dynamics. But if somebody is the person you're meant to be with, everything just falls into place. You guys connect on a very high level that is impossible to describe sometimes, and nobody else would understand it. This person brings out the best in you, and you bring out the best in that person as well. You push each other, you challenge each other to be the best you can be, and there is a side of you that that person brings out that nobody else can. And I mean this in a good way, because there are some people that just brings out the worst in us. You're just in a room with somebody and you just eats their guts, and they just bring out the worst in you. There are people like that. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to, there is a side of you that is very unique, very personal, very intimate, and that's the only person that can bring out that side of you. That's the only person that can see that side of you. This person knows you on a very deep level that you can't even explain, you can't put into words, but they know you, and you know that I really know this person and this person knows me. And it's some things you can't, there are some things you can't just put into words sometimes. Yeah, but you know it because that feeling is there. And love is not just a feeling, of course. It's a combination of other things as well, but that feeling is there and you just know it. I think you know when someone is the one. There's no question in your heart. If you're still having doubts and you're still having questions and you're still having hesitations and fears and worries, like, is this the person? Could there be somebody else out there? Am I sure? Am I missing out on my destiny here? Is this really all there is to it? If you're really having that questions and uncertainty in your heart, I think you need to reevaluate the relationship. I think you need to really have some serious conversations and get some counseling if that's what you need. But there really should be no question in your heart if somebody is the one. You just know it in a way that I can't really explain, but you just know it when somebody is the one. Everything is in sync. Everything just works out together beautifully. There's just like this chemistry, and it's not just like a physical chemistry, but you connect on an emotional level that is really, really deep. But even there's a spiritual aspect to it as well. I think when you found your soulmate, the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, there's a spiritual aspect to it, because we humans, we're spirit beings, so the connection is not just like on a physical level or on an emotional level or on intellectual level. It goes beyond that. There is a spiritual level to it. So there is this spiritual connection to it, so that you feel it right in your spirit, you feel it right in your bones, that this is the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. And you can see I love talking about this because I'm just glowing. So I think you know when somebody is the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. You don't need anybody to tell you that. You just know, you connect, everything just works out together. I'm remembering a scripture verse that says everything works out together for those who love God. I think everything works out together for those who love each other genuinely too. I think everything just falls in place, and everything just, there's just like this unity. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but everything just like falls into place, and there is absolutely no question in your heart. There is, like, even with everything that is going on in the world, and the world is so messed up, and people are self-seeking, and people just don't want to endure. They just want to go in and go out. They don't really like want something lasting, and they just have it in your mind that if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna leave. And divorce scares a lot of people, yo. Like, divorce, it scares a lot of people, and that's the reason why majority of people are hesitant to go into a relationship. They are like, I don't want to deal with divorce. I want to be in it like forever. This is the reason why I am being really like careful. Like, I was watching the last season of The Bachelorette that just ended, and this guy Peter, you could see he really likes the girl. Like, he loves this girl. He really loves her. He loves Rachel, and she loves him too. It's real, it's genuine, like you can see it. Even though I'm very skeptical about things like this, but there are some things you can just like really feel, like you can really see. But it feels like, I don't want this to end. I'm not really 100%, even though yes, I love her, I have some feelings for her, but is she the one? And I don't want to have multiple relationships. I don't want to have multiple marriages. I want to have one, and that is going to be the one forever. So I think you know if somebody is the one, and I think divorce scares a lot of people. That's why they don't want to like jump into it. And I was going to say, in spite of that, despite all of that, when you're with the person that you're supposed to get married to, that this person is the one, you don't have any question in your heart. You don't have any hesitations. Even with all the crazy things that goes out, you want to go in, like you really want to go in. And I know love is crazy. Of course, there's a crazy aspect to love, but there is a rational side to it too, because you just know there is like this 100% confidence that this is it. I'm going into this with my two eyes wide open, and I know what I'm doing. So there is no question in your heart. If there is a question in your heart, then you really should reevaluate the relationship. If there's like this, I'm not really quite sure, there's like this hesitation on your part, you really should look into it. But if someone is the one, you have no question, like you just know it. You know it's deep down within yourself that this is the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. So that is my vlog for today, and thank you for watching. And my quotes, I'm gonna go into my quotes before I go into the question for the week. And the quote this week says, "It's no good pretending that any relationship has a future if your record collections disagree violently, or if your favorite films wouldn't even speak to each other if they met at a party." And that's from Nick Hornby. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's just the idea that you guys are just two totally different people. You're like polar opposites. Like you don't even have common interests. Your films and your music do not even align. So there's no reason pretending that a relationship is going to work. And I think I've spoken in effect to this before, and it's the idea of opposite attracts. And I get that opposite can attract in terms of some certain things, but there are some core things, values, that you just cannot trade with that. It has to align. So I don't really believe in the idea of like opposite attracts or opposite works well together. It's a scientific logic, but when it comes to humans, I think it's different. People tend to like cling and cleave and merge with people that are the same kind with them, that are of the same kind of personalities, the same kind of traits and things like that. So I think that is how it works in a relationship. And if you're having struggles with your relationship because you guys are two totally different people, I think it's important to look into that, because it may just not be the one, and she may just not be the one. Maybe that's the wrong person, I don't know, but you should look into it. So the question I got for this week is, what if my best friend do not like my spouse? And the question is from a woman whose best friend do not like her spouse. I don't know if it's a married relationship or if it's a courtship or a dating relationship, but the idea is that your best friend do not like your spouse. And my first question would be, is your best friend or your girlfriend, is she married, or is she in a relationship of her own? Because it can be just jealousy, or I don't know, but it could just be driven by jealousy. But on the other hand, I would not be quick to dismiss that, because sometimes we're so in love and people see things that we don't see. So I wouldn't be quick to like dismiss it as she's just being jealous or she doesn't like him, whatever. It could be that there is something about this guy that you may need to take a closer look at. So that's that. On the other hand, I'll be wary of friends who are not in a relationship of their own, rather. And because it could be like, because she doesn't have a relationship of her own, she doesn't want you to have a relationship of your own. And I think your spouse comes first in every circumstance, situation, no matter what. You should not pick your best friend over your spouse. Your spouse should come first, no matter what, like off the back. Like that's just it, settled. Nobody should come between you and your spouse. No family members, no friend, nobody, absolutely nobody should come between you and your spouse. It's both of you against the world. So you may need to really sit down and have a serious conversation with that friend and try to get down to the bottom of it. Like, what's going on? Why don't you like him? Like, have some like serious conversations about him, because you may just be about to ruin your relationship and your genuine love, and you shouldn't give her a chance to do that. So try to get down to the bottom of it, why she doesn't like the guy. Or you should not pick your friend over your spouse. No, don't do that. And that is my vlog for today. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic week ahead of you. Bye bye.